Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be listing off my top 10 Marvel mashup skins that I want to see in the game. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WASAG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Let's get straight into the video. Alright, to start off this video, we're going to be combining one very classic Fortnite character with a very classic Marvel character. This is of course going to be a Drift and a Spider-Man mashup skin. So I selected these two to be the mashup because I feel like their characters work in like a weird way together. I don't know, they just kind of feel like they have the same similar energy, you know what I'm saying? And also, I just think having a Spider-Man suit in like a pink and gold and white kind of color scheme would be cool to have. Would be cool to see. I think it would be very interesting to see. And yeah, could also have a classic red and blue kind of style, you know. And for like a mask, you could just do like a normal Drift mask. I don't think it would really work with like an actual like proper Spider-Man mask. So I think you have to go like a classic Drift Kitsune mask. I think that's what it's called. And yeah, I think that's what you have to go with. It could also be an unmaxed style with just a normal Drift head, you know. I think that'd be cool, you know? Alright, for this next mashup, I purely chose it just because mashing these two characters who share the same name, I think would be pretty funny, and I think it'd actually lead to something very interesting. Our next mashup is of Valkyrie from Marvel and Valkyrie from Fortnite. Now, on the surface, this doesn't seem like such a great mashup, but I actually think, if done right, this could be very cool, you know? Valkyrie's got like this cool, like, white and gold aesthetic, and I believe it's Ragnarok, if I'm correct. And I just think adding that color scheme and a more, like, clean suit, I guess you could say, towards the Fortnite Valkyrie design could be interesting to see. Also, a glider that's kind of like a mix between a Pegasus and, like, the dragon that Valkyrie has. I think that could be a cool glider, you know? That'd be very interesting. Next up, this is another kind of memey mashup I think would be interesting to see. I think it would be cool to see a Fish Stick and Nick Fury mashup. Now, this mashup is literally only based on the fact that we could probably get a cool pun out of this. Something like Stick Fury. I don't know. It's Fish Stick Fury. You know, I think that'd be funny. Obviously, you'd have a black version, and then maybe you could also have like a more classic like blue fish stick version. I think that'd be cool, you know? I think that'd be a pretty funny idea, and yeah. Alright, this next skin would actually be a skin that would match with another skin we already have in the game. This would be a Tomato Head and Mephisto mashup. So, obviously we know Durburger, Beef Boss, whatever he's called, and Ghost Rider got a mashup pretty recently, I believe. And, you know, Mephisto is coming to the game later this season, so only makes sense to mash him up with Tomato Head, you know? Considering that Ghost Rider and Mephisto have a pretty, like, tight history. They're pretty relevant to each other, so I think it just makes sense. And plus, Mephisto and Tomato Head could just make a really good pun name, like Mephis Tomato, you know? Good pun name, you know? Pretty solid idea. Alright. My next mashup is of a character that's already had a few mashups, but we're going to go with it anyways. We have Sergeant Drake and Captain America. Now, Sergeant Drake, I just chose one of the bird skins. I just chose that one just because he has a helmet on, but it can really be any of those bird skins. And Captain America, I think, would be a good choice because make it an eagle. Make it an eagle, you know? Very easy. Eagle, put like a Captain America helmet on him, and yeah, basically call it a day there. That's all you really have to do, you know? I think it'd be a funny idea. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe you could do like a whole Marvel Birds mashup pack, you know? That'd be cool. That'd be interesting. You know, that'd be pretty funny. This next mashup is probably one you guys haven't thought about much, but I guarantee you once you hear it, you'll be like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We have Skull Trooper and the Punisher. Now, you know, probably haven't thought about this one much, but given that the Punisher has like a big skull motif like going on with his character, Skull Trooper is just a guy in a skeleton costume, I think it would be an interesting fit, you know? Put Skull Trooper in a trench coat, you know? Maybe you could give him a mask that resembles like the Punisher logo. Could be interesting. You know, maybe the trench coat has like a skeleton pattern on it, so it's not just the Punisher with a skull mask on. I think that'd be interesting. You know, it'd be pretty cool to see that in game too. Alright, next up we have a mashup of a character that's already gotten a mashup in this game, and a character that would make a lot of sense to mash up with this character. We have Eternal Voyager and Ghost Rider. Now, obviously, you can see where I'm going with this. Floating skull, they both have floating skulls. It's obvious. It would be cool because you could have Ghost Rider, but he's space themed. Now, I know that there's like already like a cosmic Ghost Rider in the comics, but I don't know if they're really going to add that ever. I don't really see them doing that at all because Cosmic Ghost Rider is kind of niche, and he's also, I believe he's actually the Punisher for some reason. I don't know. I didn't read it, but yeah, I feel like they just wouldn't do that without adding the Punisher first, and I don't think we're gonna get the Punisher anytime soon. Once he just magically shows up in like the next month, which I don't think he is. I don't think we have enough time. But, you know, could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Just have a space-themed Ghost Rider mashup. Just makes sense. It's floating skulls, you know? Alright, next up we have two characters that I feel like contrast each other very well. This is Dummy and Taskmaster. So, I just thought these two would fit well together because Dummy's like what you train on, and Taskmaster is the guy that like copies like all the movements and stuff. He doesn't need any training. I think it's a very clever kind of play on the characters, you know? Imagine a character who's literally meant for other people to train on with a character who doesn't need training because he can just copy whatever he sees. I think it makes sense. It's really neat. And also, I feel like Taskmaster is just a bit of an underrated character. I feel like not a lot of people like think of him because they didn't really do him that well in the Black Widow movie. That's barely even Taskmaster. That's not the same character whatsoever. Doesn't use the same name as the character in the comics. Very different personality from the characters in the comics. The only thing they kept the same was that they copy movements. But even then, like, Taskmaster just kind of knows how to do it. The movie one has like a chip that makes him do it, which is just not fun, gonna be honest. They kind of ruined Taskmaster in that movie. It should have just been called something else, you know? Should have been an original villain, in my opinion. But whatever. Enough Black Widow rant. I just think this would be a really fun mashup, you know? Contrasting. You know, opposites attract, you know? That's what they all say, you know? I think it'd be fun. Next up, we have another kind of memey one. This would be Guff and Hulk. So, obviously, you can see where this is going. Just a buff Guff skin that's green and maybe a bit purple. I think purple would make sense too, but mainly green, you know? I really have no basis for this one other than I just think it would be funny. I don't know what they'd call it. Maybe they'd call it like the Incredible Guff or something corny like that, you know? I think it'd be fun, you know? I think it'd be quite interesting. And for our final mashup, we have Neuralynx and Black Cat. So obviously Lynx is like a Catwoman, Black Cat inspired character, and we just got Black Cat in the game, so, you know, there's no excuse not to make a mashup. And the reason I said Neuralynx instead of the normal Lynx skin is because I just feel like Neuralynx mixing with the Black Cat would be more interesting because it's more different, because Lynx is basically a Catwoman, Black Cat ripoff. Neuralynx is kind of like a futuristic swing on the character, you know? I think it'd be interesting to like kind of merge those two together, get like a futuristic Black Cat-esque skin, you know? I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be very interesting, you know? I think it'd be very nice. Alright, if you guys enjoyed that video, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and using the code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also, remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. See you in the next one. Later.